All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new video. And today I am going to drop some sauce, guys. I am going to let you in on the fucking model that has over 75% win rate. And hey, look, I'm not fucking bullshitting around. Like, holy shit. Like, look at this. All right. This is a backtesting session, actually one of my backtesting sessions. All right, as you can see, 73 trades taken, right? So I'm not fucking saying, oh, I took 10 trades and I won 7 or 8 trades. Like, guys, I took 73 trades. All right, and this is only one of the sessions I did. I had on a different FX free play account. I took over 50 trades. I don't remember the exact stats. I have like screenshots of them, but again, it was over like 80% win rate as well. And this session, I took some trades that were like kind of bad, but anyways, I don't want to start like yapping. But as you can see, um, so yeah, 73 trades, 47 winners, 15 losers, 11 break-even trades, 75.8 win rate. Okay, the account balance started at $50,000 and then I made $30,000. So that's 61% on the account, right? And as you can see, all right, I started this backtesting session in January 2023. I think this is 2023 price action. Yeah, 2023. And January 15%, February 8, like literally not one red month on the not literally not even one red month. So like my worst month was June, all right, where I was only up like 0.5%, which is nothing, but hey, at least we're up. 15% January, 8% February, 8% March, 9% April, 3% May, 0.5% June, and then July was again insane. But overall, as you can see, like the actual stats of the model, right? So if you want, I can go over it in more, like a little bit more depth. But as you can see, the best day for this model is Tuesday. Almost 90% win rate on Tuesdays. Almost 80% on Mondays. Wednesday was actually terrible, 68. Thursday, 75, and Friday, 71. So actually, the two best days to take these models are Monday and Tuesday. But overall, as you can see, it does not drop below 68% win rate, right? As you can see, total losers 15. My worst loss was 0.89%. My best win was 2.79. Average like trades is like 25 minutes, which sometimes it's a little like it's yeah. Like these are the stats, so I'm not bullshitting around, guys. This is I'm just trying to show you guys the proof that this model actually fucking works. And it's very, very simple. All right. So this is like the base. This is just very simple stuff. All right. Number one is wait for a key level. All right. What is a key level for this specific model, for this type of trading? Is a high time frame for value gap. Now, if you want, you can obviously take prominent liquidity areas as a high time frame for value gap, like as a PDRA, high time for PDRA. But I didn't check it. All right. I didn't backtest like prominent liquidity pools. Like I didn't backtest this throughout. I only backtested this model and traded this model trading from high time frame for value gaps. High time frame for value gaps, right? Meaning only 1 hour or 4 hour or one or daily gaps. All right, daily FVGs. All right, no 15 minutes, no 30 minutes, no 5 minutes. All right, high time frame for value gap means 1 hour, 4 hour, or daily. Of course, weekly and shit, but I'm talking about in general. Most of the trades I was taking and most of the trades I'm still taking to this day, like with this model, are only from 1 hours, like 1 hour for value gap and then 4 hour for value gap, because we're day traders, right? We want to like catch some. Yeah, this is pretty much it. All right, this is what I tested, this is what I checked. You can take this model and make some adjustments to your own model. All right, you can change this up to something you feel more comfortable with, or if you want to check and back test some stuff to see if it works out, you can do it. Again, the key is to back test it. This is what I've back tested. This is what I've been trading with for the last like 2 3 months, and my 2 months actually, and my trading has like improved tremendously from making my trading more simple, my model more simple, and actually like having the confidence in my model that I know I barely lose trades. Like my longest losing streak on this model was 2 losing trades in a row, but my biggest winning streak was 18 trades or 17 trades in a row of winning. All right. So when I know that statistically I cannot lose more than 2 trades in a row, and my biggest win streak can be over 17, 18 trades in a row, all right. Whoa, I have a phone. 1 second. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a phone call. Anyways, yeah. So the first thing is to wait for a high time frame for Valiga, right? And second, okay, after we hit that key level, all right. So let's draw it out. All right. So let's say we have a bullish. All right. We have a bullish 1 hour for Valiga right over here. All right. We're trading right below, and then we tap the gap. All right. What now? All right. So we're inside a high time frame for Valley Gap. All right. Step number 2 is to wait for displacement from that area. What does that mean? That means we are going to wait for a 5 minute or 15-minute bullish for value gap to be created after tapping this 1 hour for value gap. All right. And why do we do that? All right. Because a lot of the times, okay, we don't know whether this area, all right, this fair value gap is going to be respected or disrespected, right? Because we might get a small move higher, all right, but then we might start this like going lower and completely disrespect this gap, right? Completely disrespect this fair value gap. So a lot of the times, people start looking for inversions or confirmations higher from here, taking longs right over here and things like this. All right. Which is fine if it's your model, like for sure, go for it. But it's way lower probability. The probability of this hitting is actually super low. Why? Because it's only like, okay, we tap the gap, right? We might have a small rejection from it, but then we might go lower. Maybe like resweep the low and then have a move higher. All right. So a lot of things can happen from this from the area of that fair value gap, right? A lot of stuff can happen, but we want to take the trade with the most probability to hit, because trading is just about probabilities, right? You're taking a model, you're using a strategy that has probabilities, right? You can take a perfect A plus setup and it's still gonna fail, but it's gonna fail 1 time, 2 times, 3 times in a row, or 3 times in total, but over a longer period of time, over a month, 2 months, a year of trading that exact same model, it has a set probability. All right. So we want to wait for displacement. All right. We want to wait for displacement outside from that gap. All right. And what is displacement? A 5 minute, let's say a 5 minute or a 15 minute. Usually it's going to be a 5 minute bullish for value gap. All right. Now, again, this model is very similar to like someone like PB Trading. All right. They trade a very similar model. All right. I really like this. Okay. And I learned their models and took it and turned it into something that I like. I understand, that I know. All right. That I back tested it. I backed this shit and I know the statistics. All right. Anyways, we take this, all right, after we had the displacement, after we created the 5 minute fair value gap, we are going to wait for a retracement into that fair value gap, all right? We're going to wait for a move lower, all right, a manipulation leg inside this 5 minute bullish fair value gap, all right? And from there, all right, as you can see, so that was step number 3, is tap back into the 5 minute, all right? Now, sometimes what can happen is instead of tapping, like going back into the fair value gap, we will keep running higher, all right, creating multiple, let's say, bullish fair value gaps, all right? So as long as we did not take the drawn liquidity, all right, as long as we did not take the drawn liquidity, we did not take an opposing draw, hit an opposing fair value gap, right, or sweep some prominent buy side liquidity, in this case, I'm still like looking for longs, all right? I'm still looking for a move like this, all right? But anyways, before making this a little bit more complicated, all right, the basic concept, all right, after we had this 5 minutes for value gap, we wait for a move lower, tapping back into this for value gap, right, creating creating a manipulation leg. In that manipulation leg, we are looking for the highest time frame for value gap, the highest time frame bearish for value gap, right? In this case, let's just say it's a 1 minute for value gap. And then once price inverses this, all right, so this becomes an inversion for value gap and IFVG. We smack that long. Stop is going to be at the low that went into the 5 minute. And then usually, all right, all right, I target a 1-to-1 towards the closest buy side liquidity. All right, so something like this. Stop goes below the leg that went into the 5 minute for value gap, and then I take the trade for a 1-to-1 towards the closest buy side liquidity, or in this case, buy side liquidity. If it's a short, then sell side liquidity. But if there's something like very obvious, let's say London highs or Asia highs, all right? Whoops, let's do something like this. Bro, come on. Asia highs, all right? Something like this. Then I'm going to take the trade higher to something like this, all right? But this model works like a fucking magic. All right. This works so good, so well. It has such a high win rate. All right. You literally win almost every single trade. All right. And this is the super basic model. Like, it's so simple that it's so easy to implement and it's so easy to follow the rules, because the more simple your trading is, the better your trading will be. The less trades you will take, the less susceptible you will be to make mistakes. All right. Like, I feel almost invincible using this model, because I know it's very hard for me to make mistakes, because I know exactly what I'm looking for. All right. I'm looking for a high time frame for value gap. I'm looking for displacement from that gap, and then tap back into it, and then display like inversion from it. All right. So then my trades can be very, very precise, and they literally have a almost 80-85% win rate if you go for a 1-to-1 RR like consistently. You can make so much money. So this is the model. All right. This is the model that I like will print. All right. This model will fucking print, guys. All right. And then we have the same exact thing. All right. For shorts. All right. Let's say we trade higher. We tap back into we tap the high time frame 4 hour, let's say. All right. We have something like this, and then we get manipulation. In that manipulation leg, we created a 5 minute. All right. Let's do it. 5 minute, 5 minute FVG. All right. Gonna make it bigger. All right. 5 minute FVG. Right. And then from there, we wait for our retracement, tap back into it, and then the highest time frame inversion in the leg, like this. You take this short, stop right here at the leg, at the high of the leg that entered the 5 minute, and then you target, okay, the opposing liquidity. All right. This is the model. All right. This is the exact model that will print, guys. This model will fucking print you money. All right. All you gotta do is follow the rules, though, because it's very difficult. This is the most difficult thing to do, is to follow your rules, stick to your plan, and stick to one model, right? This is where a lot of traders are, having problems. They keep jumping strategies, trying this one trade, like, trading different stuff, right? Like feelings and hopes and dreams, all right? You got to stick to your model and fucking make this work, all right? Because this shit will print you money. This shit will actually print you money if you keep following your plan, following the model, following the rules for a long period of time, all right? A month, 2 months, 3 months, bro, you're gonna get so many payouts, bro. Trust, bro. This model will print, all right? Just follow this model. It's so simple, all right? And this is like the basic understanding. Now, you can take this and make some changes, all right? If you want to make some changes and then backtest it for yourself to see if it works, bro, do it, all right? I'm just saying, even this, all right? Even if you want to do exactly this, all right, and copy my framework exactly like that, go back test it yourself. You will never have the confidence that I have in this model, or anyone has in their own model, unless you back test it. Like, back test it yourself, because I know the model. I took as you can see right over here, all right, I took 73 trades, and I know for a fact I will make money. Like 6 months, $30,000 on one account. All right. You do even understand what this means? This means that in 6 months of trading, all right, I made $30,000 per account. All right. So this is 150K account. Imagine you have five. All right. Imagine you have five of them. Imagine if you have 10. If you have 10 50K accounts, bro, you're making 300K in 6 months. That means over $500,000 in 1 year. Now, did I make $500,000 last year? Absolutely not. All right. I'm not there yet, but I will be. And I will be like way higher than that. I'll make so much more money. Why? Because I will. Because once you have a model that statistically is proven to be working and work time after time after time, you will make money. You cannot argue with science and data. Like, you just cannot. All right. Unless they completely change the algorithm right now, which is, I don't think it's even possible. All right. These are my stats, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So $30,000, okay, in 6 months times whatever. Like right now, I have 3 funded accounts, right? 3 live accounts on Alpha Futures. All right. That means that in 6 months, I will be making almost 100K. So that's pretty much in 6 months, that's like 20K a month. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these are the things you were talking about. We're talking about these amounts of money with prop firms if you just follow your system and you know your system is actually profitable. Okay. So this is the framework. This is the model. All right. And it's very, very simple, boys. Like, this is what you gotta do. This is so simple that you'll be stupid if you don't actually like follow this. I mean, of course, if you have your own model that works fine, bro, be my guest. Keep doing what you're doing. But I'm just saying, overall, this model will print, guys. Like, this model actually fucking prints, and I showed you the stats, so you know I'm not bullshitting around. But anyways, enough yapping for today. All right. Yeah, this is the model. This is a framework. Feel free to copy this exactly like that. All right. So you know what to do. If you want to get more in depth, all right, I have a free Discord, bro. Just join, ask me some questions, bro. I will answer. I answer every single message in the Discord. Um, and yeah, hopefully you guys learn this and you can copy this, use this yourself. All right. And I hope to see you in the next one. Subscribe down below if you want to see my pretty face once again on your screen. And then, yeah, see you in the next video, guys. Peace out.